I think we can take these signs down now, don't you? Ian is still an issue, but not here in South Florida. Sunshine is the factor today. Sunburn factor this morning looks like about a 10 out of 10. And so all the pool furniture is back up, and the beach was pretty busy yesterday. It was still gusting past 25-30 yesterday. I think the wind is light enough that we can go actually down to the shore here. With a beautiful day. The dew point is down to 63, so I think that that's some of the least humid air they've had in here in quite some time. Oh, it's blinding beauty here in South Florida. Surf is up. Look at this. We got a little swell showing up about, looks like maybe 1 to 2 feet, and there are paddle boards here, so maybe I get on the water. Today is the wedding. Fascinating here. Oh boy, they're doing a shoot. There's a TV crew down there. So here I am making noise. I'm not sure what, it looks like a TV station. I'm not sure what they're doing. We'll find out. The ships are all lined up waiting to come into port here, and the wedding's going to be right up there on the terrace. This afternoon, yes, Gianna and Talon from Massachusetts. There's surf breaking out there. Oh, let's go to Massachusetts. Got the webcam at the house. Does not look like that pretty a morning in Weymouth this morning. The northern edge of the Ian cloud stretches all the way into southern New England. Cape Cod, there's my new webcam on Fallon's Pond. It looks good too. It looks better, excuse me. It looks better. The good-looking cams are really in northern New England. Mount Washington, you know, I call this high barometer cold in New England. The top of Mount Washington is 43, and Weir Lundstedt in Merrimack, New Hampshire, says he has his first 3-handle. That's what he calls it. The temperature got down to 39 in Merrimack this morning, and Concord, New Hampshire was 32. So high barometer cold, that's when it's colder down near the ground than up in the sky. Oh boy, here comes a wind gust, turning around, trying to get out of the wind. We've got one of those huge chairs here. All right, and here is the best cam, I think, of the day. That is Mount Mansfield, Stowe. Look at the beautiful blue sky and color this morning. So foliage is on this weekend, starting to come on pretty good. The weather, though, is not easy at all. I have Ian going in as it looks like a Category 1, almost hybrid hurricane, and just north of Charleston, South Carolina this afternoon and tonight. And then it kind of breaks into pieces and comes our way. So now we have to integrate the Ian forecast and the southern New England forecast. There's the 3 to 5 day for Boston. It doesn't look too good, does it? Some of the guidance, the NECN has 2.5 inches of rain for Boston over the next 2 days, but then much of the guidance is dry in Boston. It's a really fine line, a tightrope walk of rainfall this weekend, but looks least appealing from Connecticut to Cape Cod with a really windy Sunday. So today, increasing clouds, temperatures only near 60 degrees, and then tomorrow it looks like rain is going to be falling, especially along and south of the Massachusetts Turnpike. And then maybe it lets up a little on Sunday. The Eldridge Farm Foundation annual sort of picnic slash fundraiser slash concert is this weekend. And Jeff wants to know, can we do it Saturday in Harwich? I said, it looks pretty wet. And what about Sunday? Well, it looks a little bit drier, but now we're talking about wind gusting past 40 miles per hour on Cape Cod with a high barometer nor'easter. The low remnant of Ian is going to break into pieces, and if we put the Euro through time, you can see it kind of coming up in our direction and kind of maxing out a little bit on Saturday, and then Sunday there's a chance that it lets up a little bit, the rain that is, but the wind really picks up for Sunday and into Monday. And you want to look at the surf charts. Thank you, Chick Frody, for telling me yesterday long period swell did nothing for us. It was not good surf, and it's going to be a storm surf building almost 3 meters by Monday into Tuesday, and that's a storm chop, so maybe middle of next week that lets up. So Dubba has sent this image from New Jersey this morning where surf is cranking now from the Ian swell, but by the time that gets to southern New England, maybe you get a little bit south of Rhode Island today and tomorrow, but it's going to turn into just storm wind chop. Look at that bird just sitting there in that huge chair. Don't you love these big chairs? These big photo ops. That looks like a cat bird, and cat birds are pretty much practically tame. Good morning, Harbor Beach. There he goes, not far. Where are we? Harbor Beach Marriott Resort. And I'm going to go down there and check out what that TV station is doing. And what do I want to talk about? I don't know. Maybe it snows a little bit with the front late next Thursday, Friday. So Surf, look at that wave. Wow, we're getting a little bit of an Ian swell down here now, kind of coming down the coast. So hopefully I'll get some images from off the water. And shall we try and crash this TV station? I want to see which one it is.
To move away from this equipment.
What station?
I'm gonna have to ask you to move away from the station. I'm gonna ask you to move away from the station.
What station is this?
I'm gonna ask you to move away from the
What
station.
station is this?
Thank you, sir.
What station is this?
Later today, sometime near Georgetown this afternoon, the Surge Parade.
Figure it out. ABC, I think. Thank you very little. My guess is that's a local ABC station, and that producer, very stern. I've done a lot of live shots in my life, and I've never seen a producer that worried about people watching a live shot. And certainly Cantori wouldn't have behaved like that. Oh yeah, this reminds me, today is the 1-year anniversary of being shown the door after 30 years at NECN. Some vice president at NBC, head of diversity, equity, and inclusion, showed me the door, not even allowing me to go back to my desk to get my lunch. 1 year ago today. Thank you, Anzio, for freeing me to be at a wedding in Florida today and do whatever else I want. Day after Ian, Fort Lauderdale is doing fine. Storm was actually worse here a couple days ago. Beach is in good shape. Totally different story though. There's the southern edge of Hurricane Ian. What was it, 2 feet of water in Kissimmee, Florida, right in the middle of the state, devastating floods. Never mind what happened in the southwest part of the state. Fort Myers Beach, north to Sanibel Island, totally cut off this morning. The road was destroyed. Cape Coral, unrecognizable from people that were there. Wow, what a surprise, Doug. You didn't tell me there'd be music midday on a Wednesday. Yeah. There definitely was blowing and drifting of sand around here a couple days ago. Fort Lauderdale now, still kind of breezy. Instability cumulus with colder air wrapping around the south side of Ian. Still about 90 degrees here though, and fairly breezy. Pretty interesting that you get a traffic jam out there. Cargo and tankers waiting to get into the port at Fort Lauderdale. And well off to the north, perhaps regenerating Hurricane Ian. So the weather's just fine. It's gorgeous. It's the wedding rehearsal type party. And you get these ships all lined up waiting to come in. Like these cargo containers where the sun is out there. All just lined up. Really interesting. Last person